Hello artists! Today I'll be trying to paint myself in a semi-realistic portrait. So here's my reference. This is me. I'll be painting using the Himi Miya Gouache again. This video isn't really a tutorial or something. I just wanted to show you guys how I kind of practice as well. I'm not really an expert when it comes to gouache, so I'm just kind of doing it because it kind of excites me and it's a different medium compared to acrylics. Anyway, so I'm just sketching here my face. This is semi-realistic, so it's okay if it's not that realistic. I'm just using a 300 GSM watercolor paper. And I love to use red pencil because it kind of blend on the skin tone colors of gouache. I think it looks good with the gouache, that's why I use red pencil. Now since gouache paints are on thick consistency, I decided to outline my sketch with a permanent marker. This one is Sharpie, and then I did use another red color again, since I explained earlier that the red colors just blends nicely with skin tone colors. Originally, this is actually like a concept for my logo, but I decided not to use it since I just thought that my title should be on the logo, so I did not use this one as my logo. But I just thought this looks nice as like a profile picture or something. What do you think? For the background, this is not gouache. This is actually an acrylic paint, but I wanted something shimmering or something like a metallic color on my background, so that's why I decided to use the gold paint from my acrylic paints. Let me just finish this real quick and then we'll head into painting our sketch with gouache paint. Now let's head on to the actual painting process of this portrait using gouache. Usually the first thing that I do whenever I paint a portrait in gouache is to paint like the base color of the face. So this color will like serve as the base color of our skin tone here on my portrait. For the mixture of the color of this base, most of the time I just mix on yellow ochre, the peach color, and then a little bit of a brown, depending on what type of skin tone you're painting. I also add a little bit of white if I want it lighter. But yeah, most of the time those are the colors that I use whenever I mix skin tone. Now, after I paint the base color of our skin tone, I would usually dive into the shadows of our face. So usually I would just grab a dark brown and then just add it on the skin tone color that I have mixed already, and then just put those the areas where there are shadows, like on the forehead, sometimes under the chin. I also use it on the eyelids or the shadows of the nose. Most of the time I just put it on the areas where there are shadows. Just to be clear, whenever I add another layer of gouache paint or color, most of the time I wait for it to dry before I add another layer, so that it would look not muddy, so that it would look much cleaner, if I make sense. Now on this part, as you can see, I am adding like an orange kind of color. This is like a mixture of orange and a little bit of red. So this will actually serve as the blush of our portrait. I kind of struggled on this part because I didn't know how I should blend it. Because as you can see, the current status of our painting kinds of look like messy and not so blended. It looks ugly, that's what I meant to say. But I guess you really just have to trust the process. You can actually just blend it later. So most of the time washes can be blended or reactivated after it dries out. So we can just use a little bit of water, then kind of blend it out together with the other colors, and then hopefully it would look more blended and beautiful. So generally this color that we are applying right now is like the blush, the eyeshadow, and I guess the lipstick as well. So yeah, on my picture I kind of have a bronzy kind of orangey makeup, so that's what I'm trying to achieve right now on this portrait painting. Now for this next color, I added a kind of pinkish skin tone. So I kind of used this one as like a blender of that strong orange that we just put there. So this will act like the in-between colors, so that the colors that we just put there on the painting would look more blended. Now for this next step that I did here, I still did the same thing. I added another layer of color that I consider like a blending color, whatever you call that. It's like the in-between color so that your painting would look more blended. But this time I kind of added a little bit of white on the previous color that I mixed. So it's like a pinkish, nudish kind of color. So yeah, that's why I added this one. And as you can see, the painting is kind of looking more like blended than before. Now this time, it's time for like the highlighter or the lighter shades of our skin tone. And we're just gonna put that on the areas where they are much higher than the other parts of the face. So yeah, and as you can see here, I'm putting that on those areas, like on the eyelids, eyebrows, on the nose, yeah, on the places where the light hits those high parts of our faces. And now it's time for our eyebrows. So I kind of decided to put on the eyebrows now because it's time for the darker shades of our skin tone. So we're gonna be using this on our eyebrows, on like the eyeliner of our eyes, then on the other parts of our face that has a dark shade of color. So I just actually just use brown on this part. Now let me just add those sparkle things on the eyes. Then I'm gonna proceed with her hair, then finish off the brush, the design, the earrings, and yeah, then that will be it for this painting session. So I wasn't really that satisfied with the highlighter that we applied earlier. Now, this time I decided to add more highlighter, but I did not apply it like in sweeping kind of motion. I decided to use a slim brush, then kind of painted the highlighters in dots so that it would look like shimmer. So this part made it look like my portrait painting is kind of shimmering but not really shimmering. Now down to the last part, I'm just adding some details of the painting, adding some painting and design on the brush, and then I'm gonna finish off the earrings and as well as the hair. I'll be adding more highlights on the hair so that it doesn't look so flat. And here's the final outcome. I think I need to work on the proportions more, but yeah, I think this is not bad for a practice. What do you think? What can you say about this artwork? And do you have like any suggestions? What kind of video should I make next? Please don't forget to put that down below, and don't hesitate to say anything on the comment section. Thank you for watching again, and if you want more videos, please subscribe and see you next time. Bye!